Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm so glad you're here, you guys. Harry and Meghan are delusional, as well as Harry's a joke is trending on formerly Twitter. I'm so excited to talk about it. There are so many funny memes going around. I've been excited to bring you this episode. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. I'm Jen. Honk honk. Let's get into this. All right, had to start off with this one. So funny. Thank you so much, Kylie, for sharing this one. I'm obsessed. I'm cracking up. Added Meghan into this photo and look at everybody's faces. I mean, it's like she's there. Too funny. And we have so much to talk about from this night. Again, thank you at Memes by Kai for sharing this and allowing me to use it as the thumbnail. I'm absolutely cracking up. Can't wait to get into more of these memes. You know how I feel about According to Taz. Huge fan. She shared this. I want to share it with you all. This is something that's going around right now. So apparently, if that Legends of Aviation nonsense, Harold of Harold and Fraud may have thrown a fit over being in the back of the room or toward the back of the room or at a really shitty table, I think is what's happening here. HRH Princess Chelsea shared, here's the conversation from his angle. Right. So I have to sit here as he's in disbelief that he is at the back of the room, table 115. In high heels, Harry, we'll get into that, waiting for his dance. And then According to Taz, added on and said one was clearly not amused by his seating arrangements. You guys, I love this idea. Imagine this. He paid, again, allegedly, he paid £30,000, whatever that equals in dollars. It's like $50,000 to be sat at one of the worst tables. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Nobody can stand the guy. They had to find people, I'm thinking, like, they wouldn't mind being near him, and it looks like they had some trouble with that. Now, this was shared by Resting Dollface, who shared this. You know what's hilarious about Harry's paid for aviation award? He's in the nobody table section. It's pay tier event, which allegedly is what H and Meghan pitched to Her Majesty the Queen to do for the royal events in a way to modernize the monarchy. He doesn't like it, ? Okay, so that is such a funny point. They kept saying modernize the monarchy, but as Resting Dollface points out, it's more of monetize the monarchy. And Harold doesn't seem all too pleased about it, and I'm here for that. I mean, he's always making this face, so it's hard to tell when he's pissed. But I think that's really funny. Then HRH Princess Chelsea shared this, and I love that she called him Prick Plugs. I think that is the perfect name for that dude. So apparently he's at table 115. And then she says, I thought table 12 was bad. Now remember, that's where Meghan was seated. Was it that, was it Variety? That event where she wore beige, you know the one. And everybody was having a laugh about that. Now, old Harold of Harold and Fraud was seated at table 115. It's hilarious. Now, these are some of my favorites. You ready for this? All right. We know, I talked about it in yesterday, I think's video about that high heels Harry happened. So allegedly he wore lifts. They're showing the heels here, but then it lifted him up a bit more. So it says, it's a bit odd that at 6'1", high heels Harry appears to tower over 6'2" John Travolta. Dine out on that. I love it so much. Hashtag Bunker Harry, we see you. So the thing that I keep thinking about is in Revenge. I believe it was Revenge. I think it was talked about in Courtship as well. They alleged that Harry spent an inordinate amount of time perusing Twitter, formerly Twitter, whatever, looking for any press about himself. And so the idea that he's still doing that, I mean, we have to assume. And he sees high heels Harry trending. That has got to burn. You know, that's one of 100 things, but that's got to burn. And again, couldn't happen to two worse people. All right, so back to Kai Lear. Again, a huge thank you to at Memes by Kai for sharing these with me. I find you very funny, and I really like your memes. It says, who knew? So look at this. They have photoshopped Harry to be so much taller than the rest of them. So apparently his heels got even higher. But I just love this meme so much. And again, the idea that I'm going to say Harry and Meghan both searching their names and finding things like this, it just makes my day better. Oh my goodness, take a look at this. Shared by HRH Princess Chelsea. And it's at Miss Henry Wales. And it says, he wanted the dance for himself. He straight up told her to stay home. You guys, I have to zoom in on this picture. Just take a look. Hashtag dumb prince. Hashtag Dumbarton. Here we go. All right. And there you have it. So they photoshopped in some legs here. And the heel. Maybe it's not photoshopped. Maybe this is really what was going on. But too funny. Oh my gosh. Everybody's so creative on Twitter. I'm really enjoying the heck out of these memes. And this is great. All right, continuing on this theme, I had to do it. I have to show you a lean meme machine. This is hilarious. They made Stiletto magazine. Look at this. Harry Markle taking entitlement to new heights. It's very important to me. I wish Jay was here to do this. It's very important to me to be above everyone else, so I wear them. Read all about Meghan Markle's husband's struggle to keep the balance in Hollywood. Too good. Love it so much. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys, I love animals, so this one really struck me funny. Roscoe's mom shared this and says, "Good morning to everyone, except the stupid prince, who must be thrilled after all the publicity he received after he appeared inches taller than an icon. They say he's the same height. I looked it up. It's showing John Travolta is actually an inch taller, as he accepted an award he did not earn. And now High Heels Harry and Harry is a living legend are trending. Look at this. That cat with the heels on. Too good. Too funny." And this was shared by the Royal Rogue. It says, "For all that is sacred, I swear I thought this was a bad Photoshop at first. 2024 is shaping up to be ... bizarre, to say the least." That's a nice way of putting it. I had the same thought. I actually thought this was photoshopped, or I thought it was one of those weird perspective things, or maybe he was standing on something, but no. He's just wearing heels. All right, moving on from the heels to this new ridiculousness that's coming out. Speaking of photoshopped, I actually thought this painting, and I'm not knocking the painter, I am a little bit. I'm knocking just this whole scenario. All right. I thought this was photoshopped. I thought this was AI or something like that. Apparently it is not. So this was originally shared by Meghan, the Duchess of Pit Stains. And it says he actually posed with his hero painting of himself. Hashtag Prince Harry is a living loser. All this stuff. Harry's gray suit shared this and said only because this painting of him has hair. So, yes, I don't know what this is about. I guess this was at the event. I hadn't seen this until now. I'm cracking up about it. Is this AI? People are saying this is real. This is so ridiculous. I'm truly not sure. All right. This was shared by the official office of CB. It says, "Let me guess, they had a box of rotting vegetables, a bag of lemons picked by Megan's only talons, and a couple hundred unsold copy of The Stench. Hair plugs and Megan extend support to Catherine and King Charles." So that's the thing I'm seeing too. I'm not joking around about that. I find it absolutely horrible and atrocious that these stories are going around that allegedly Harry and Meghan are reaching out and trying to, send well wishes to Catherine, Princess of Wales, as well as King Charles. Now, one of the lovely geese and ganders in my comments had said, "Oh no, what Meghan will do is send a huge bouquet of obnoxious flowers or a wreath, a la what they did with Prince Philip, and make sure her stupid scrolly handwriting is on there and try to get attention that way." That wouldn't shock me. But all jokes aside, Harry and Meghan continue to be the worst. They're still using the stuff that the actual royal family is dealing with and the health issues going on and trying to get attention from it. It's absolutely disgusting. Got to find a new word for disgusting. It's low and despicable. How about that? But I continue to wish His Majesty the King, as well as Catherine, Princess of Wales, speedy recovery. All right. I thought a lot of you would find this interesting. This was shared by Genevieve. And it says from Tom Markle Jr.'s letter to Harry. Prophetic words, especially this part. No, you know this, but in case you don't, Thomas Markle Jr., lovely guy. I spoke to him before. I did an interview with him a long time ago, so definitely go check that out. Thomas Markle Jr. had written a letter to the royal family, and Genevieve astutely pointed out this passage right here. It says it's very apparent that her tiny bit of Hollywood fame has gone to her head, changing her into a jaded, shallow, conceited woman that will make a joke of you and the royal family heritage. I mean, he called it. We all called it. He called it. And good for him for putting it in writing, and good for you, Genevieve, for remembering exactly this, because that's exactly what has happened. And finally, I had to share this one with you because it's just perfect. I mean, chef's kiss, right? Shared by Van72. It says, in response to some recent posts, I will show Meg precisely the same respect, consideration, and compassion she showed Her Majesty the late Queen. I hope I'd made my position quite clear. I think this is so well said, and exactly how myself and a lot of us are feeling. Some people are like, why are we still talking about them? And I get it. I get it at face value, but I want to make it clear. I feel the same way. I will never, as I always say, I will never forgive. I will never forget. They don't deserve our compassion. They don't deserve sponsorships. They don't deserve these jobs that they're trying to land, the podcasts, the interviews. They don't deserve any of it. They're awful people. And I think it's important that we continue to talk about it and call out their heinous behavior. So thank you, Van72, for sharing this. I appreciate it. And thank you all so much for being here. I didn't mean to end on a more serious note, but I have thoroughly enjoyed. You know what? Let's go back to the silly stuff. There, that's better. How about that? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm cracking up over this. This isn't flying, it's falling with style. Thank you so much for being here. You know I appreciate you all so much. Thank you to every creative person who shared your memes. You're wonderful. Keep them coming. I'm cracking up about them. And thank you just for everything. If you want to further support the show, you know how to do it. We have the merch, Not Bloody Likely, Make It Make Sense, Recollections May Vary. So much good stuff. As well as Patreon. Patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. That's where you can become an executive producer, just like the lovely geese and ganders you see on the screen here. Huge thank you to all of you. That's where we do bonus deep dives, extra content, all the stuff. Definitely check that out. And I appreciate you all so much. I do. You know, as they do more crazy things, I'll talk about it. Dying to know your thoughts on this one. Let me know. Had you seen that painting of Harry? I'm very curious about that. What are your thoughts on that? Did you know about the high heels? What are your thoughts on that? Guys, have the best day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.